decided to do was reverse the whole lot. And whilst I appreciate there are a million and one reasons why shares should move, rather than study the reasons, I decided to study shares. And I came back into the figures of the industry and found that there were only 7 sets of figures that, when you put them together correctly, could actually establish, I beg your pardon, that a share was moving in one of the 3 physical values that it can in direction: up, across, or backwards in value. And the same sets of figures also showed me whether or not these movements were genuine and could take my trading dollar with them as well. And of course, for buying purposes, at that stage, I'd been happy to run the ones going backwards in value, at least out of any potential selection opportunity. Hence, I started to watch money, what I now call being smart money, being put into stock well and truly before it should have been. In essence, those shares would go up, and quite some time, 4 to 6 weeks later, the reason for that buy-up was being made public. I certainly didn't start trading in this manner, and that is following money rather than the reason, because like most of us, I've been conditioned not to do that. I've been conditioned to pick the phone up, ring an analyst, ring a broker, do some fundamental research before I went ahead. But I did watch example upon example upon example doing exactly what it was that I was experiencing, and eventually I got sick of just watching money going into a stock, the share going up, somebody down here was making a huge amount of money at the expense of the masses. Eventually then I started to trade in that manner rather than the looking for the reason opportunities, and all of a sudden things changed in a totally different manner for myself, based obviously success-wise and hence in financial return. Now, I'm not by any means going to put copy upon copy of my previous trading experiences on the overhead this evening. Over the years, however, I have been able to come up with a couple of examples I think that can extend my point over there from the press themselves. As I'll put, how many I bought, and to an extent what I paid for them as such is really immaterial, but 8 working days after that purchase, I must have blind myself, this announcement hit the newspaper. Rhodes Mining finds big gold deposit in Hungary. And I thought the last paragraph here was most interesting, and it said in print, Rhodes shares, which have doubled in value since August, closed unchanged but heavily traded yesterday at 22 cents. And here's the words of the press. Supporting what I've just been through, I beg your pardon, on the whiteboard, said that share went up 100% in value in the month leading up to the announcement and backwards from that point forward. It was a lot more positive in my instance to have been able to identify that at around 13 or 14 cents and at least be ready to sell on the announcement when it was made public should it have started to go backwards, which is in essence exactly what I did and what I continue to do.